Hello. So today we are here to do a reading for people who are freeing themselves from the secret society. So I've done readings based on the secret society before, and I've discovered through the investigation that there are people who actually want to leave because it's just not the same anymore. It's not fun anymore. Yeah, it's becoming hard. It's becoming like you're disconnecting from it. It's just not what you want anymore. So I've been guided today to find out what God wants to tell you who are trying to free yourself from the secret society, because contrary to what people might make you believe, you can actually free yourself. You can link with them and you can free yourself from them. Okay, you don't belong to them unless you give them the power to belong to them. You see me? So whatever contract you had with them, it's all about making it null and void. You no longer belong to them. Who you belong to now, I don't know. What's your choice? But to me, the secret society, they're going way too far now. They're just getting like desperate and senseless and useless and pointless and powerless. So it's like, yeah, what's next? Type of energy, you know. So let's see, what does God want to tell you? Those of you who are in the process of separating yourself from the secret society, whether that's in your mind or you've actually started taking steps. Okay, and that's talking about the Illuminati. That's talking about the Freemasons. Any secret society that you feel is no longer resonating with you or no longer of benefit to you, you're allowed to break that contract. And this is the season of purging. This is a season of purification. So of course you're allowed to break that contract. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Because if you captivate a person's mind, that's all you need to captivate. So if you allow yourself to believe that you cannot free yourself, then you will not be able to free yourself. Because you'll allow yourself to be scared of them all the time. You'll allow yourself to think that nobody and nothing can save you. And once you do that, that is your prison. So it's for you to open your mind and know that there are powers out there greater than the secret societies that you belong to. Okay? So if it takes a miracle, expect a miracle. Miracles mean that you're defying all logic. Miracles mean against all odds. Miracles mean that shit don't make no sense. Just say thank you. Shit. One more time, yeah. Just say thank you and keep it moving. I'm thirsty, okay? It's very hot here in England. I threw some hot water in my bottle, yeah. And it just took on a new shape. And now it stands like this. It looks like my tattoo here. Anywho, let's get back to business. Strong enough to raise some children. Then get back to business. Alright, what does God want to tell you? First of all, be happy. Don't be miserable. Misery begets misery. Allow yourself to be happy. Mind over matter. And God has already forgiven you. So if there's anybody not forgiving you right now, it would be you forgiving yourself and thereby keeping yourself attached to these entities that no longer are good for you because of your feelings of guilt. My friends, let it go. Let it go. When you went in, it was a switch. You went in. Now you want to come out? Switch that shit up and come out. Allow yourself to come out in your mind, body, and soul. Okay? It starts with the mind. Or it starts in your spirit, sorry. Then your mind. Then your body. Let's see. God has been waiting for you. You are welcome. Because those readings, I'll put this video in the playlist that has those readings, and you see how long ago God knew that there were people who were no longer wanting to be a part of these secret societies. So God has been expecting you. Okay? So therefore, God has made preparation for you, but you have to get yourself together in the mind to accept the invitation. To allow yourself to feel like you now belong outside of that secret society. Okay, whether you want to join God or not, that's up to you, but God is helping you to free yourself from these terrible attachments. Okay, why? Because God doesn't force people. God don't need to force nobody to love it. Okay, when you start loving God, it's because you see good reason to, and that's the type of love that you know is real. If you force somebody to love you, that shit ain't real. And for God to free you without you dedicating yourself to loving it, that's real love. You see what I'm saying? Love don't give to get back. Love gives because it's good, you know. I know it kind of don't make no sense, but it is what it is. Because it's like we're seeing ourselves through our human mind rather than from God's intelligence. And you know, our intelligence don't reach nowhere near the heights of God's intelligence or understanding or God's reasoning. And that's why we are not God. That's why God is God and we are just humans. We make mistakes. Listen, YouTubes. Stop. Now, knowing how many magicians are part of these secret societies, I expect to be fought in these readings. So, I'll fight back with some prayer. So, Most High God, show these people who is God. If there's anybody blocking this reading right now from the cards that you want to come out, just remove them out of the way and let us get on with what we have come here to do. Thank you. Somebody's upset. See how them cards fly out? Look, at the bottom of the deck we have romance, love. Okay. Look how the cards fell on the floor. Okay. So this one was at the top, and this one was on the left, and this one is on the right. So I'm gonna leave them just like that. I want you to see all the cards. Let's move this over. I like it when you can see everything. So you know this is another gimmick. Alright. So the one that was at the top. Ooh, we have magic, but in the reverse. Interesting. And then we have self-worth, and that's in the reverse. But and then we have perception in the reverse on the right. So it's like everything is just upside down. it is bad. Yeah, man, everything is just upside down. So let's see what the underlying score is. Are these meant to be upside down? Yeah. I'm hearing yeah. Okay, so let's see the underlying. So we got love. Guilt. So what's guilt? Guilt is regretting doing something that you feel is wrong. Let's read on. We got awakening. So that's coming back to your senses. So this underlying issue is talking about loving the wrong, basically. Let's see what else. Awakening, encouragement, wish, healing. So that's what you're after now. So this is the underlying issue. So look, we got vulnerability. They would want you to believe that you're in a state of vulnerability, and in a way you are, but not in the way that you think you are. Hence, perception is upside down. Listen, God is the one who runs things. As a matter of fact, no matter who you pray to in your secret society, God is the one who grants wishes, and God is the one who denies wishes. The secret here, the trick is, God is the author of good and evil. Excuse me, but my leg need putting up now. I need to get comfortable. So God is the author of good and evil. So this devil that they talk about, these demons that they talk about, there is only God. So if you pray to God for evil, whether you know it's God you're praying to or not, you may get your wish granted. So all these sacrifices that they're doing in the name of Baal and in the name of whoever else these deities and demons and whatnot is, it's all going to God. When you trace it right back to the beginning, you're going to find God at the head. So at the head of that pyramid, above the pyramid, is the Most High God, the creator of all things. There's nothing and nobody that can outsmart, outdo the creator of all things, obviously. So for anybody to be serving these deities, it's still the same God that bless the people who do the right thing. The God of the darkness is also the God of the light. Okay? So don't allow yourself to feel like these people have some kind of power that the God of the light don't have, because love conquers hate every time. Good conquers evil every time. You see, the greatest power is love. Positivity is more powerful than negativity. When somebody do you something wrong, it is more powerful for you to not do anything and leave it up to nature rather than for you to take revenge. Why? Because God says, judge not, lest ye be judged. If somebody do us something wrong and we decide to take matters into our own hands to retaliate, we may go over the mark. And then if you go over the mark with your judgment, then obviously you flip it back around on you. You see, because balance is the natural order of things. So every time things get flipped out of balance, things will be put back into balance eventually. Okay? So this vulnerability that you feel is making you kind of fickle. So to be fickle is like you want to be free, but you're afraid to be free. So you tend to move in a way that's encouraging your entrapment or perpetuating your entrapment. You don't want to be a part of it. Let it go. God is the one with the power here. So let's read on. We got companionship, kindness, authority. You see that? Over your victimhood. Exactly. So this energy here, we got companionship. So who is this companion? Let me pause this music. I don't even want that to disturb me right now. So we got companionship, kindness, authority. So if you have kindness with authority, it's talking about you don't have to fight. You don't have to be vile, you don't have to be loud. You don't have to make yourself look irrational. Kindness. Like I said, it's better that you don't do anything. The best way to win is to become a success. Stay focused on the task at hand. Don't let anything pull you off. You don't have to turn around and pay attention to every dog that bark at you. Especially being in the game, you know how the game go. So you should know when to ignore them. Because if they pray for you to be hurt or something like that and God doesn't want it to happen, it will never, ever, ever happen. Even if God has to move the moon and the stars for you, even if God has to change the laws of the universe for you, God can do that. God make it. So God can break it. There's no need for you to fear. There's no need for you to step outside of your character. There's no need for you to live outside of peace. It's no longer serving you. You no longer want to be a part of it. Step away. Yes, they're going to come after you. Yes, they're going to do things that make you scared. Obviously. But you have to know who you belong to. You have to know who's protecting you. You have to live with faith. It's going to be scary. I can testify to that. This shit is scary. But because I know that God is the creator of good and evil, because I know that God is the one who grants wishes, I expect God to be fair to me because I'm doing the right thing. So it's like, if I'm doing the right thing and I'm not being treated fairly, then what's the point? Then there's really no reason to live. So God has put me in some situations where I'm being good, but I'm being treated unfairly. But God has given me the reason as to why things have to be the way that they are. And knowing those reasons, perception, knowing those reasons give me comfort. So then it don't seem like it's unfair anymore. It seems like I'm allowing myself for God to use me because I see myself as a servant of God. So if I want to be a servant of God, then I have to open myself up to certain things to happen to me. Because what is God's purpose? God's purpose is to save people, not to condemn. So in order to save someone, God a lot of the time allow us to have exactly what we want, just so that we can experience the repercussions of it. So we know, yeah, that's not the way to go. So it's like you have a child who keep going to the hot stove to touch it. You could tell the child, don't touch it, it's hot, it's going to burn you. And most children, they won't listen. You could tell them 100 times, and each time you see them going, you're there to stop them, luckily. But this one day, you're not there to stop them. And they touch it. And finally, they get to understand what daddy or mommy or grandma or grandpa or brother or sister or whoever was telling them. So experience is the greatest teacher, and that's the reason why a lot of the time some crazy shit happen. Because your life is not all about you. Sometimes God uses you and your situation to bless somebody else. The same way sometimes God used somebody else's situation and God used somebody else to bless you. Okay? So it's not every time something quote unquote bad happened to you that it's God ignoring you, or God is not on your side, or God is not real, or any of this mad shit. Just be cool. Know who you belong to, know where you belong, know what your goals are. And if you're not sure if God exists, talk to God straight up and say, yo, I am hoping that you exist. And if you can reveal yourself to me and let me know without a shadow of a doubt that you are truly here, that there truly is a helper for the helpless, that there truly is a father for the fatherless and a mother for the motherless and a voice for the voiceless, I would really appreciate it. And see what happens. The same way you talk to the Prince of Darkness and you don't know if that shit is real. It's the same way if you talk to the Prince of Light. The God of Light. It's energy. It's just a transfer of energy. It's the same being, it's the same entity that the darkness serve. The same entity that I serve. It's one and the same. My boss is the boss of the darkness. Or better yet, my boss is the boss of the darkness. And that's why I have more power. Because your boss is like on the same level with me. Because I am below the Most High. Just like your boss is right at the first level after the Most High. But God has two sides. God has a light side and God has a dark side. To keep life interesting. Yeah. But the darkness comes with consequences. There's always a price to pay. Even the light comes with consequences. But it's all about the experience. So, saying all that to say, don't fool yourself into thinking that you do not have the power. It's a matter of shifting your perception. So it's like you're not moving with the magic. You're not feeling like you're power. Let me show you. Magic is in the reverse. We are magical beings. God is magic, period. So magic is in the reverse. Your self-worth is also in the reverse. And your perception is in the reverse. So you're not moving with your magical powers or faith. You are not allowing yourself to feel as powerful as you actually are. And you are not seeing things clearly. And I feel that seeing things clearly is what's going to make everything else flip in the opposite direction. So you can experience the magic that is available to you. The magic, a.k.a. miracles. So that you can know that you are special, you are blessed and highly favored, for real, for real. Once this goes in the upright. You have to see things clearly. It's mind over matter. Now when you make this change, just know that you're going to lose a lot of friends, obviously. Your social circle is going to change. Your family circle, they may not treat you the same way and whatnot. But God wants you to take authority over this victimhood. You have yourself being a victim still. The time, as soon as you make up your mind that you no longer want to be in that organization, you're no longer their victim. You no longer belong to them. It's as easy as that. You don't need to sign no contract to say, what's the word? You don't need to sign nothing to say that you no longer want to be a part of it. You don't owe nobody nothing. If it's not working for you, you have a right to shift. People stay connected to these stupid organizations because of how you've trained yourself to see them. You train yourself to see them as the ultimate power. On earth, they make themselves look like the ultimate power because they have the police, the judge, the lawyer, the bank, the everything, the soldier, your fucking doctor, your dentist. They have everything and everyone under their control. But if you're serving the God of light now, if you're on the opposite side, in spite of all that, I am a walking testimony. That shit don't matter. But you can't be afraid to take some level of abuse. You can't be afraid to soldier on. This is not for the weak. It's not gonna be all unicorns and rainbows and shit. There's always a price to pay. There's a price to pay for being on the dark side. There's a price to pay for walking in light. Just know that. So I hope that helped you to understand your situation and help you to understand your power. Perception. Okay? Look, after victimhood, we got Mother Nature coming in. It's natural. You have rights. You have human rights. Without the United Nations telling you have human rights, you have human rights because you are a human. Period. And you have to realize that there is a theocratic government, even though you don't see them. You don't have to be a part of a democracy. You don't have to be a part of any of these different factions of systems that they have. God still lives and God still reigns. And it's for you to separate yourself. They say, be in the world and not of it. Be in the world and not of it. But you can't be afraid to experience hardship. There will always be hardship in one form or the other. So just know that it's not a picnic walk on the side of right either, but you live with a clear conscience. You live with a clear conscience, and you're entitled to miracles. You're entitled to peace in the middle of your storm. And by putting in the good work and suffering at the end of it, or in due season, I should say, because I don't believe in dying. That's not natural. But in due season, you will reap the rewards of putting in good work. Just like when you're putting in bad works, that shit come back on you. It's the same on the opposite side. So instead of suffering and toiling only to receive ashes at the end of all your work and your deception and your killing and your whatever else you've had to do, instead of receiving a life of fear, a life of turmoil, a life of poverty, because all this shit, it fades away. You can't enjoy it. You'll get it, but you will never enjoy it. You have to pay off your debt and walk in the light and suffer and pay your debt in the light in order to receive good rewards at the end. So on the dark side, you get your rewards quick and then you suffer. But on the side of the light, you suffer first, then you get those long-lasting rewards. The same way that a person can curse their children for generations to come is the same way that your good works will be blessing your children for generations to come. So because of you putting in good work, people will automatically treat your children with respect. But if you're known as a person who put darkness out into the world, then people will always treat your children with disdain. They will not love them. Do you understand what I'm saying? But no matter which side you go on, there's a price to pay. It's not free. But it starts with you assuming authority over your mentality of victimhood. You are not their victim. You don't belong to them anymore. If you're in business with somebody and it's not working out, you're free to leave. There's a price to pay to leave, but you are free to leave. Period. Look what was coming next. Knowledge. Wisdom. Yeah, man. And then venture. Venture is a task. Venture is the task at hand. We got insecurity coming in. So obviously you're insecure because you're afraid. You already said you're fickle about it. But look what's coming next. The magic. Fortuity. Look at that. It's a fairy with a wand. God said there's no need for you to be afraid. Like I said, God will change the rules that it made itself just to bless you. If you're sure that you don't want to be a part of it anymore, you want to be a free agent now, it will happen. But you have to trust. You have to not turn back. Look, being real. you get your abundance. Look, truthfulness, more realness. Look, discernment. Discernment is weighing the balance, like using your common sense. It's knowledge and wisdom and all that. You'll be able to celebrate. Look, divine love. So it's there for you, but you have to claim it. Look, that's your identity. This whole deck is aligned to your story. So if I keep going, I will keep telling you exactly what. Okay, you want me to go? All right. So we got identity. Then we have rejection, shame. Hang on, let me put them in order. Rejection, shame, laughter. Reject shame and fucking laugh. Be happy. And put in that work. Exertion. Listening. And then we have dreams. You have the ability, aptitude. So whatever it is that you're envisioning, you can do it. It is your destiny. We have announcement of rejuvenation. We got abandonment. It's blossoming. So it's growing. So you separating yourself from these secret organizations that's no longer serving your best interest, that's growing. The abandonment of leaving those associations is growing. And that's what you want it to do. Yeah. So there's nothing to fear. You just have to understand. Let's see what else God wants to tell you. I need some water first. I know they're not going to be happy with me doing this reading, but they already know who I am. I am the opposition. Look, if you no longer want to be a part of it, you have a right to leave. So you could see me as your lawyer, or see me as the messenger, or see me as whatever. I am that. You don't belong to them. They don't even belong to themselves. They belong to God too. We all belong to God. Because if that rain stopped falling from the sky, we'll all starve to death. If the sun stops shining, we will all still die. If this earth don't run the way how it's supposed to, if Mother Nature don't bless us on a daily basis, we will die. So how much power do we truly have? Nada. Exactly. So you need to turn everything in the upright by starting with the right perception of things. Once you get your perception right, your magic gets activated and your self-worth goes way up. You'll know that you are blessed and highly favored. No matter what your past look like, you're God's child still. Obviously, you do the crime, you have to do the time. But once you're done, do your time, you're free. That's how it works. Two more times and we're ready. Excuse me. And you see how prayer just moved that blockage out the way? Prayer works. Utilize it. that was a fake. So with this shuffling, at first God was telling me 2 more times, yeah. But now God keeps moving it. And that's okay. That's God's protection. So even though you expect something to happen a certain way, even if you've been told by the divine that something gonna happen a certain way, and it doesn't, trust that you're still on the right path. Because if the enemy doesn't know what's happening, no, if you don't know what's happening next, your enemy can't find out what's happening next. You see, because you know they're telepathic and all these things. So spontaneity is one of your superpowers now. So don't always look for the answers. Don't always look to plan and all these things. Move with the spirit. So that way your enemy has to always stay at least 1 step behind. Hopefully it's more than 1. But just follow your vibe. Be patient. We have forever. Dying is not natural. Looking old is not natural. But that's a lesson for another reading. So time is on our side. Time is on our side. We got it like that. Shit. All right, we're here. They're still trying. Losers. Okay, so we got balance. It says, take everyone's input into consideration, merge viewpoints to create a better solution, and take your time. There's no need to rush. See? Time is on our side. I wasn't lying. So the underlying issue is your release, your freedom. In order to be released from them, you have to release them. So it says, let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities. It's time to move on. So the second message God wants to tell you is you just listen, and then put your 2 cents with anybody else's 2 cents that make sense, and put them together however they fit. Or if they don't fit, just push that aside until you need that. Push that aside until you need that, and you'll know what to do. Okay? Because God may give you messages through your dreams, or it may come through somebody else. It may come through some TV program or radio program, or you might look at a magazine and something spark, a thought in your head and shit like that. So just listen, and then discern. That's the word. Discern if that's the right thing for you. How can you mix this with that to give you the outcome that you want, stuff like that. So yeah, this is all about how to release. So your release will come from you bringing balance to your life. Okay, so you have to allow yourself to feel peace. Notice I said the word allow. You have to allow yourself to feel peace. Allow yourself to feel loved by God, because you truly are. Allow yourself to believe that you are free, because you are. You're free as long as you say you're free. And if you don't have courage, you ask for it. You pray for it. Okay, that was short and sweet. So yeah, so let go of the past and ending that makes way for new opportunities. And then that's followed by the 3 of spring. It says, plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. Have patience. There are more good things to come. Satisfaction from a job well done. So God wants you to look for the future. Look to the future and plan to the long term too. So you talk 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years. It doesn't matter if you're 90 years now. Death is not natural. And the way how society teaches, they teach us that you should be dead by that age or whatever. But they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. Because some people live till they are 130, 40. Matter of fact, I feel some people up in the mountains are like 3,000 years old in China and India. Because you know those people there, they practice, they value Mother Nature, natural living. Mind, body, and soul. And if you're doing what you're supposed to do, then what's supposed to ruin your vessel? Nothing. So there are people like 300 or 3,000 years old, or maybe even 3 million years old, that look young like this. And I intend to be one of them. Straight up. So, let go of the past, plan your next step with an eye to the long term, and embrace your true purpose. Begin a new adventure. Trust yourself. So in order to do all these things, you have to start with a balanced mind. Okay? Yeah, and then we have true love that is long-lasting, choices made from the heart, a return to good health. So if you stay on track, then that's what you can expect. Happiness, real love, real friends, real peace. Okay? And look, it's time to take action. Be fearless and happily pursue your most treasured dreams. Amazing career opportunities. Yeah, God is going to give you everything that you need, and it starts with the mindset. Okay? So, positivity is your friend right now. Don't be wishy-washy. Let your no be no. You're done with that. Let the chips fall where they may. Just know it's not going to be a smooth ride. And to be honest, you don't deserve a smooth ride, because you've been making other people's rides bumpy for a long time. So, take it like a man. Take it like a woman. Get that shit over with so that you can be free. Okay? God will move heaven and earth to bless you. Trust that. Because had you not listened to yourself when you decided to make the decision to join, you would have still been living with the curiosity. So it's better as a parent, from God's perspective, allow you. Go. If you feel like that's the right thing, go and do it. It's like, I'm going to tell you that it's not good. I'm going to tell you that you won't be happy. I'm going to tell you what pitfalls you can look out for and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if you want to make that decision, go ahead. But if you fall, I will catch you. I will be waiting time after time. So it's like God gave us the gift of life so that we can experience life. So it's not that serious. So you thought that was the best thing for you. You got involved, and now you're at a stage of your life where you feel like, yeah, this is some dumb shit. I want to go. I'm done. Leave. Just like that. Leave from your mind. Just know that your fortune is going to change. You know, a lot of things are going to change about you. So it's like, what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to let go of in order to have this new life? You have to be willing to let go of the security that comes from them and know that now your security comes from the divine. Obviously, they're going to make your way hard, but they can only make it as hard as God will allow them to. Because the same entity that grants them their wicked wishes is the same entity that grant good people their good wishes. So God have the file upon everybody. God knows the file on everybody. Okay. Without God, I'd be a crazy woman. They would have conquered me long time ago if I didn't have God in my life, or if God didn't have me. The enemy would have conquered me long time. You think I know the secret society after me? I feel they've been after me since I was born, but they made it public in 2008. Yeah. My mother was a part, or is a part of it. She helped them. I got bare family members that helped them. That's how they roll, and they still couldn't conquer me. God is greater. Okay, I'm a walking testimony that you have nothing to fear. Go ask people about Chanel Green. You can follow my story on Facebook. I did kind of make my thingy private, so, but then I made it public again. So it's like all the posts from when I made it private or before I made it public again, they're all private, so only people who are my friends can see them, but everything is right there. I guess I should start accepting friend requests. Two more times. I ain't scared of them. I gotta run this. I gotta run things. I'm a professional. Here we go again. Right now, I don't have pure water coming out my pipe. Right now, see how my belly fat? That's bloating from all their dream potions and God knows what else they're doing. My hair won't grow because of them sabotaging my hair, because they know I love my hair. What else? There's so many things. My teeth, a lot of them are missing because of the sabotage. I don't I basically don't have no good friendship with basically my whole family. I'm only now kind of getting back in with them again. My money, I have no income at all coming in except for my daughter's half of the rent and utilities. That's how I've been surviving, but for the past 6, maybe 7 months. I had to not pay them my rent money or council tax because they're the ones who are sabotaging my businesses and making me can't have money. So why should I take the little finances that I am getting to fucking satisfy them? Fuck them, I said. Yeah, God is gonna have to prove to me whether I'm right or wrong, and so far it look like I'm very right, because how can you sabotage my business and my money and then you expect me to then suffer myself and worry myself to death trying to pay you money? So they wrote letter after letter after letter, sent person after person after person trying to get me paid. I am not paying anything because I'm going to be true to what the situation is. You're causing me the drama, so you need to sit in the shit with me. If I don't make no fucking money, you don't make no money, and you can't stress me. When the letters come, I put them in the bin, because if they're not taking their game of life serious, if they're not taking their system fucking serious and playing fair, then I don't need to take it serious either. It's a fucking joke. And that's how I play this game. That's how God taught me to play the game. If you're not taking it seriously, I don't fucking need to take it seriously either. Because it's all fake anyway. I was only playing along because I like the game. I like to work and make my money. I like to tend to customers. I like building businesses. I love it. It's fun. I like being able to pay my debts. It gives me reason to live. I like the game, so I play. I don't mind paying my taxes. I don't have a problem with it. I like the fucking game. But if you're not going to play the game fair, then I don't need to fucking respect nothing that you try and send my way. Fuck off. And I know God is going to protect me because I am innocent. And God is a helper of the helpless. Like me. I am a helpless one. And that's why they were sure that they would win when it comes to my case. Because they know that I'm out here all alone. The only person that has stuck with me from the beginning is my daughter. Besides God. That's the only person of my family that they have not or were not allowed to put a wedge between. My father betrayed me, my mother betrayed me, I got sisters that betrayed me, brothers that betrayed me, stepmother betrayed me, my own mother betrayed me, friends betrayed me, boyfriends betrayed me, and joined forces with the secret society so that they can bring me down. And even with everybody working in collaboration, they fucking fail. Why? Because God is with me. I put God first. And I'm not afraid to suffer for the right. So if it means me losing some teeth, even if it means me being homeless, that's what they're trying to do to me right now. They're trying to evict me from this place. So they set up the situation so that I can't make no money. With me not being able to make no money, I can't pay my rent and my council tax. So then they thought that that would be justification for throwing me out on the street and make me homeless. They didn't expect me to play the game the way that I did. Because human rights law state that everybody have the right to make money to survive. Who the fuck are you to stand in my way and then expect me to be the one to suffer for it, giving you power over me after you're bullying me? That fucking maths ain't mathsing. I had to test God to see what would happen if I choose to walk this direction, because I am not giving them power over me in this situation. You're bullying me. You do not have the right to have power over me in this situation. And I made the right decision because God has been on my side. I'm still in the same house. They still can't fuck with me. They can try. But they have failed and will keep on failing. And if God ever give them the power to kick me out the house, they need not rejoice. Because some crazy shit is coming. You know what happened? They were bothering me to the point where I wanted to flip out at one point. And I'm wondering, where the hell is my helper? Where is my blessing? Because these people are wrong for doing what they're doing to me. And just when I was about to flip out, I heard a pop outside my window. And when I looked outside my window, the apartment on the opposite side was on fire. The balcony was on fire. So something blew up in the person's house, and then he put whatever it was on the porch. Now the porch is made out of wood, so the fucking porch caught a fire. Now the buildings that I live in, I live at the Pavilions, Uxbridge, England. So the way that the fire, where the fire started, if it really went up in flames, the fire brigade cannot get up there that easily to put that fire out. So had they harassed me to the point where they want to suffer me in that way, to that degree, I would not have been the only one suffering. So God blew up that thing and make over there catch a fire for them to see they need to stop fucking with me. I am not alone. I am a miracle baby. I serve a God of miracles, and I expect some. So just when I was starting to cuss and say, well, where is my help? God said, here I am. I was like, oh, okay. So you know what? That picture is now a screenshot. Is my screensaver, not my screensaver. Yeah, one of my screensavers. I put it there to remind me. Never ask that again. God is like, I'm here, Chanel. Wagwan. You need to trust me. I'm like, okay. So let me just put this here so I never forget, okay? And I apologize for not trusting in the first place. I was just very upset. Been single since 2009 and celibate for almost as long. You have to be willing to suffer. Freedom doesn't come cheap. It's not for the weak. Lord is my shepherd. Fear. So we have, your fears are keeping you from moving forward into the life that you deserve. Read it. You see it? Don't let fear stop you. Look, the underline is the reconciliation between you and you, or you and your God. It's time. It's gonna be a journey. And it's all about your core values. You have to reshape your value system. That's where your power is. You have to reshape what you will stand for and what you will not stand for. You're becoming a new person. Spiritually. So we got the Universal Bank. You can pause the video and read them. This one says everything you need to thrive is already here. Real talk. I'm a living testimony. I'm not just coming on here and running my mouth. I've lived the life on the opposite fucking side. So I know how terrible you guys can be. So expect them to be that way to you about you want to leave. Do you really want to leave? You need to prove it by having unwavering faith. It's not for the weak, only the brave. So the unwavering faith says you are being asked to have faith in the unseen. Exactly. Because there was me asking, where is my helper? And I heard, pop! Look outside my window, the bomber cloth porch on fire. Me say, okay, message received. Because even that day when that happened, I put up a post talking to the secret society, telling them, look, you play with fire, you will get burned. So I know that was a message for me. And look, we got perception coming in again. So you need to have faith. And you need to sort out your perception. So this card says you are getting ready to have a shift in perception that will change everything. So don't be weak. There's no need to be weak. And when you start feeling fearful, you pray. If you don't know if God exists for real, tell the Most High, look, they say you exist and I've never really had no proof or nothing like that. So please forgive me if you actually are here. But I would appreciate it if you make yourself known to me. Look, connected. Yeah. Perception, connection. It says you are very connected to the heavenly realms. Exactly. But you don't know that. Because you're not trained to know that. You're taught to believe that what we see with our two eyes is all that there is. But being in the secret society, you should know that there's things unseen as well. It's just that you weren't looking at the right unseen things. But now you have the opportunity to do so. God is just as unseen as those unseen entities that y'all be conjuring up to go do this and go do that. Last message. Let's see what God wants to tell you. And I know that this video is long, but this is a very sensitive subject and we cannot rush it. For those who actually want to change their life, I will take the time. And I will make my booty hurt, although it's not hurting today. But my leg was starting to hurt, so that's why I had to put it up. But I'm here. We're going to walk this walk together. Because if you want to be free, you deserve to be free. Because when you're free, then your conscience is yours to respect. You can make decisions of your own accord instead of being somebody else's prisoner. That's a horrible life. It's a horrible life. I would not say yes to that life. And you know, they want me so bad to join the secret society because I'm so talented and I have such earning potential. And it's like, we can't dare let a black girl become a millionaire or a billionaire. No. I'm gonna do it anyway because it's my destiny. It is mine. It is already mine. Shit. I'm just making my way to my fortune. To my fortune and my success. I don't really care about fame. Because I don't want nobody coming up to me and talking to me. Because I'm a person. I'm not an object. If you like my work, send me a prayer of love. Yeah. Send me some good vibration. Don't see me going to the fucking shop and stopping me to talk to me. I do not have all the time in the world, because if I have to stop and talk to you and talk to you and talk to you, then yeah, it's not gonna happen. If you want like autographs, and if you want like pictures and what all them things, we set a date, and this is what I'm doing from this time till this time. I'm gonna be here. If you like, me to autograph something, if you like me to take a picture with you or whatever, we'll do it then. Not when I'm just out and about, because then I'll never get where the fuck I'm going, and I'll never get to do what I'm trying to do, and then you're gonna say I'm rude. But that's not it. I have obligations as a human being too, You may like my music, you like my videos, you like my vibe. I appreciate you. But I'm only one person. But there's many of you. And I have a life to live. Because when it's time to do food shopping, I have to go to the food shopping. When it's time to cook, I have to go to the food shopping and come back and cook. So that those who live in my house have access to food. Life goes on outside of the music. Life goes on out. And I don't want no maids. I do not want maids. I don't want drivers. I don't want no whole heap of strangers around me. So I will do my cooking. I will do my cleaning. Thank you very much. One more time. Got eavesdropper at the bottom of the deck. Who's eavesdropping? Who's listening? Let he who has an ear hear what the Spirit of the Lord has to say. Oh my God. Look who's eavesdropping. The cursed ones. Those with the bad karma. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Let's see what's coming next. Eavesdropper, moocher. You know what they're mooching? They be mooching your spirit. They be mooching your essence. They be mooching your destiny. They be mooching your happiness. They infect you with their cursed energy. You lie down with dog, you get up with fleas. But they're listening. We got poor, chatterbox, manipulator. They're cussing me. Damn right. I'll be that chatterbox. And I will manipulate. I'll manipulate you. And I'm here to free those who are ready to be free. So say goodbye. You dark bitches. Look at the card that showed itself. Frightened and greedy. Yeah, you are. Your time up. Babylon the Great has fallen. Babylon the Great has fallen. Come out of her, my people. If you sail with the ship, you shall sink with the ship. Babylon the Great has fallen. Evil has no power. In these days, evil's power is cut kaput. It is time for the light to shine. It is time for people to be happy. It is time to clean up the earth of God. Most night yan tiara sapa chalo mutan. Ke chana omes ne alaka cha waka ne yera sa. Te ki mwana na sa ya sei. Tapos tiara la mo ma te ka papa sha ona hige. Ma yera sa ko basta ta ye ya wada ka yene na sa na mo ona tai. Tapo mas la ya yete ala o makai. Asta yo me ti hi pam pam so. Ha. Anywho, we done with you. So, come out of her. Come out of her. Babylon the Great has fallen. Until her next season. Because she will rise again. But for right now, it is time for the 144,000 to rise. And do their part. It is time for the sun to shine. It is time for love to reign. And it is time for the dark ones to retreat into the darkness. By will or by force. Survivor out. We praise the Lord.